America, the land of the free, the home of the brave, a country filled with great pride and patriotism, filled with classical traditions older than your granny. One of the most well-respected countries in the entire world, and I should know, because I live right about here. Canada's alright, we have our moments. Like how most people are really nice and say sorry all the time. Or how our winters are filled with lots of snow and hockey and whatever the plural of moose is. But on the other hand, our milk is fucking stupid. Bagging your milk makes almost as much sense as naming your brand no-name shit. Sliced mushrooms, diced tomatoes, black pepper, salted tops, all dressed potato chips. But it's the 4th of July, and this year I wanted to celebrate. Usually I don't do anything on July 4th for obvious reasons. But this year I figured, fuck it, let's be an American. So I figured I'd go through all of the big American experiences to truly discover what it takes to be an American. Because Lord knows, I have nothing better to do. America can't go 10 seconds without putting meat in something. I mean, seriously, just ask Clinton. They had the perfect sandwich. Buns, cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, mustard, pickles. You know, the typical stuff. But then they had the brilliant idea to slap a circular piece of cow in there. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's good as shit, but come on. Same thing with hot dogs. I know hot dogs aren't technically an American food, but like, you're really gonna argue with me on this one? Hell, eating like shit on its own is basically an American tradition. Every time I've been to an American Walmart, I see 80 different types of cereal, 30 Pop-Tarts flavors, 10,000 different types of potato chips, and 20 fucking fat people in every aisle with carts full of this shit. I mean, sure, Canadian stores have their fair share of junk food, but you don't see me walking out with banana cream pie Pop-Tarts. That's just not something that we do. American politics are so fucking funny. Canadian politics are a lot of like, I'm gonna make minimum wage higher and we're not gonna wear masks anymore. But then I look at American politics and see Trump building a wall. Holy shit, he's dancing on stage. Biden can't even fucking talk. What is he doing? He's just wandering away. What the fuck? Obama danced on Ellen. What the fuck? So yeah, it's pretty sweet. American politics is like the world's most expensive soap opera.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. Wealthy.
I mean, President Biden is funny enough on his own.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was in the foothills of the Himalayas with Xi Jinping.
But I don't think it's even possible to have another president that can match the insane energy of Trump. He did some not so great things that I will not endorse and never will endorse because they're fucking bad, but he was so fucking funny. He just has this energy to him that's never been seen in another president. The very phrase, "we do a little trolling," is something that should never, ever come out of a president's mouth, but he said it. He really went there. And also, look at that dumpy. But yeah, he did some bad stuff. America has some pretty cool landmarks if you ask me. They have 1.5 Niagara Falls, that's pretty cool. The Washington Monument looks like a big penis. The Statue of Liberty from Las Vegas. I've always thought Lady Liberty was cool. Something about that statue just has heroic energy. I don't even live in America, but every time I see that statue, I just... the torch in one hand and the tablet in the other and the crown, it's just so fucking iconic, man. I'm not sure if you'd count this as a landmark, but Times Square is such a cool fucking place, man. It's just a bunch of advertisements. Well, obviously that's not it, because doing it at home fucking sucks. The big screens and the steps that don't go anywhere and all the stores and the big M&M, it's just such a neat place to be. I've never actually been to it, but you're just gonna have to trust me. Alright, you're gonna have to hear me out with this next one. I would have talked about it in the food section, but that would be a disservice. Giordano's Pizza is a fucking landmark. It's not just a restaurant. Once you've had a pizza in Chicago, you won't eat regular pizza for like a month. Giordano's is a sweet, succulent deep dish pizza that's so deep it's like eating a fucking cake with a sauce on top and an unstoppable brick of cheese in the middle, and it will absolutely annihilate your taste buds as nothing that good will ever touch the inside of your mouth again. And if you choose to save it for the next morning, then you are a stronger man than me, because biting into all that refrigerated cheese is like taking a chomp out of one of these. I was in Chicago for fucking Star Wars celebration, and Giordano's was still the highlight of my entire trip. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I'm gonna go do something else now. The The Second Amendment of the United States Constitution states that every American citizen possesses the right to keep and bear arms, meaning the American people can keep the firearms that they own, carry them, and even use them as they please. Americans love them some guns. They couldn't go 12 seconds without shooting their load at someone. Yet again, ask Clinton. Over here, seeing a gun is like finding that one sock you lost in the washer. That shit just doesn't happen. But then in America, finding a gun is like finding a nickel on the street. Apparently you can buy fucking rifles at some Walmarts. The most I could find at my Walmart was this. And I'm not gonna act all high and mighty over Canadian gun control, because then I'll sound like one of those British people that always say, oh, well, at least we have gun control. I think we all need to accept that guns are bad and should never be used to harm anyone. Crossbows are way cooler. After being one of those Canadians with our no-name brand food and our little maple syrup my whole life and a lot of trying to learn the American way to get the full US of A experience, I can really say that I learned a lot today. Like, for one thing, America fucking sucks! America, fuck yeah!